Welcome to BackChat. Shout out the Bell Tower. If you
Yeah.
notice, Hamish Brayshaw is in a Bell Tower t-shirt.
Shout out the Bell Tower. Obviously not going to spoil anything.
Oh, you can say we've been in the Bell Tower.
We've just been in the Bell Tower. Yep. That's some behind-the-scenes access that no one's getting.
Hammer Breaks is
Hammer Breaks is in the Bell Tower this week. So what were we doing in there is a question you might ask. And look, we were setting...
Long story short...
We were going out to set an unbreakable record.
Long story short, we're in the Bell Tower. Now you have some merch. You have some Bell...
We're in the Bell Tower, and
I can't believe we got merch.
I didn't want to give it back because it was 48 degrees and sweating, so I've kept it. But now it was in the Bell Tower, and I'm liking the shirt.
Welcome to BackChat. Will Schofield, Hamish Brayshaw with you. You might notice we've got a missing member on Australian duty, Stan Const.
Yep, the trike is now a bike.
We forgot to preview last week that Jake Waterman was coming on the show.
Yep.
Well, I can reveal two things. One, we will be speaking, I believe, hoping to speak to an Australian representative of a sport.
Yep. Any sport, who knows? Take your pick. Where's Dan?
Could be Dan Const, live from an airport somewhere in this world.
Yep.
And probably more importantly, we're going to be speaking very shortly, very, very shortly.
Like
next, live and exclusive to BackChat.
Yep.
One of our favourite current AFL players. We have a current AFL player joining us on the program. He could be our most favourite.
Is he our favourite son?
I don't know if there's anyone that challenges.
There's one.
Okay. Right. Okay.
There's one.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned because we have one of the great men joining us. Of course,
right
BackChat, powered by Fleet Network.
Yeah, go and novated yourself a lease.
BackChat __ on Instagram. BackChatstudios.com.au.
Yep.
That's all the good stuff there. We've got a great show coming up. West Coast got dressed up for a preseason game. That was exceptional. Dave Matthews, the CEO of GWS, a few things to say about Collingwood. The West Coast Eagles banner may or may not be back.
Is it?
Yeah, we said fines was going.
Yep.
We had a lot of fines come in.
That's
so
good.
We may be keeping it.
I thought we said we were getting rid of You Send It, We Read It, which we then have done for
the
subsequent 3 weeks.
I played a game of footy on the weekend.
I did know that. Yep.
I believe I've broken my arm. And
that's good.
You Send It, We Read It. May or may
it's
not
back.
Be still.
It's still
never
here.
left us. We've got a great show, a big show coming up. But I think...
Oh, we're padding for a bit more.
No, I don't think we're padding for any longer. Without further ado, I'm going to try and intro this man a little better than I did Jake Waterman.
Because Jake was sprung upon us.
He was sprung upon us. This man has not been. What has this man done? The rise up the ranks that this man has had in his position.
I'll give you a bit of a rundown from him.
Of the back line has been phenomenal.
I'm going to give you a rundown of this guy's life.
Please keep it with him.
I'm going to keep it brief. Grew up in Victoria for a brief moment. All of a sudden, year 3 comes around. His old man gets a job somewhere else. He's off. He's in Sydney. Football's just a bygone dream. He's slept on it. No worries. Goes to school in New South Wales. What do you play? Rugby. Of course. Rugby, basketball. He's not playing. He's not kicking a footy.
Is that right?
Not kicked a football for about what?
Or spoiled.
Or spoiled a ball for
anything.
8 or 9 years. Or no, he probably spoiled a couple in rugby just to keep the fist warm. But then thought to himself, you know what? I'm going to just try and throw the boots back on and then have a kick. Shit, I'm pretty good at this. Got better. Played a couple of games for the Swans Academy in the VFL or the NTFL, the NEFL at that point or whatever it was called. All of a sudden, next thing you know, knock, he's a Cat B rookie. And then all of a sudden, bang, and now he's the best player in the AFL.
At the GWS Giants, of course, we speak of the 2023 BackChat Backman of the year. Backman of the century.
Yep, the best backman that's ever played football, ever.
Jack Buckley joins us on the program, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have audio of Jack.
I can't hear Jack at all.
Jack. That's okay.
That's okay.
I can see Jack. This happened last time with Jack. We could see him, but we didn't believe him because we couldn't hear him.
Can I hear Jack?
Can we hear Jack?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear Jack. That's good.
Hello,
hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome back.
Sorry to ruin the momentum of that enormous build-up.
That was pretty good, I thought. I don't know, was I missing it? I don't think I missed anything.
No, I reckon you hit it on nail on the head
nail
there.
on the head.
I'll take that every day of the week.
Jack Buckley, you joined us in February. How's the preseason at the Giants been, mate?
Yeah, it's been big as they always are. It sort of gets to this point of the year or late Feb, where you just want to see some oppo and, start body spoiling rather than looking after your teamates.
Yeah, exactly.
Mainly.
Right.
So, yeah, we're keen to rip in, that's for sure.
I had a phone call with you last Friday, I reckon, and you were heading home after one of the single best day of the calendar year, other than the grand final that we're about to play in. the last day of pre-season. Finally flipped
It's
into the
special.
in-season mode.
There's nothing better than that drive and that meal that night. And then, had the weekend off and back in the in-season schedule this week, which, as we all know, is just is a special feeling.
Can you talk to our listeners and our viewers about the difference between defending against teammates and opposition? Because you speak about hit some oppo. How many gears back are you as a defender? Are you in gear 2, gear 3, gear 4? Like if gear 6 is grand final, Jack Buckley, what gear have you been in against oppo, your teammates?
I'd say in the air, you're probably about gear 4, gear 3, because if you come across and knee up
Yes.
and corky Toby Green, like I'm getting delisted the next morning by Josh McCartney. So you've got to play it real smart in the air. On ground level, you still got to,
You play.
play with pride, and that's still gear 6. But in the air, you got to look after each other and temper back those body spoils. So I look forward to bringing those back out.
Have we got Jackie's Backman of the Year trophy that we definitely have made up?
I don't think we physically have got that one to him. I think it's at the post. It's in our PO box actually. That's where
the Perth Mint here in Western Australia, Jack.
Not to be mistaken for the Bell Tower. We were just at the Bell Tower.
So the Perth
Shout
Mint,
out the
they
Bell
are
Tower.
creators of all things sort of metallic and
money
minerals.
and mint and gold and all.
Maybe
the
we
rest
could
of it.
get something coined.
Well, we
at
could
Perth
get a
Mint.
coin. We could get a coin.
The pride's enough.
No, we can get a
But
coin.
I'll take what I'll also, I'm a
Hamish and Andy already did a coin. Let's get a
so I'll
trophy.
take whatever you got.
Yeah, let's get a trophy.
We did have someone on the podcast. Haven't released this guest interview. Who was a Golden Fist winner. He's won 3 of them, and he has confirmed he is sending one to the program to live right here at BackChat.
Wow.
So I mean that's great, but this isn't the BackChat Backman of the Year. What advice would you give, Jack, for aspiring backmen around the country? What do you think it takes? You know what it takes, but what do you think it takes to win this award for 2024?
Well, I think the way we like to play is you get your fist out as much as possible and you put it in as many rows deep as you can when you're up against the boundary. And the further, the deepest row you can, the more votes you get off Scully and Hammer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's only going to lead to the victory at the end of the day. So I'd say the more big, and just while we're talking about the Golden Fist, it's a shame to see it's lost its way as an award, and now all of a sudden it's just going to halfbackers getting
Nick Dacos
30,
getting 30. You're
playing
not a
off
defender, Nick.
stoppage. It's a real passionate. Me, Connor Iden, Sam Taylor, we hate what's become of that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad the
No
BackChat
true words
Backman
have been said. No true
has
words have been
raised.
said. We'll get you a trophy.
Nick Dacos didn't win the Golden Fist last year. No.
Nah, he couldn't have. He could have.
It would kill me.
Spud'd be turning.
It would be ripping the soul out of backmen across the country. Now, just take a little break from footy for a second, Jack. I saw this pop up across socials, and it was one big reason why we did want to chat to you. Doing some very, very good things with the Australian Red Cross Lifeblood and Cancer Council over in New South Wales. Let me call it Stand Up to Cancer While Sitting Down. I enjoy that a lot.
Yep.
Over the last year, I've got the Long Live Team Jace Nelson. I don't know if you can see us. Bands, we've been donating blood, getting on board there. But you're running your own stuff as well, encouraging people to donate blood. Can you give us a little bit of background there, mate, and what you're doing there? Because I think it's outstanding.
Yeah, so basically about a week ago, we did a campaign, Cancer Council combined with Lifeblood, and did the Stand Up While Sitting Down to Cancer. And it was basically just getting people who have been affected or have had their own personal connections to cancer patients and sharing their stories and hopefully encouraging people to go out there and donate and just sort of getting across the ease it is to go out and donate and how accessible it is and how when you bring people on with you, just the enormous impact that can leave on just everyone who's been touched by it and everyone who's living through it right now. And you know how many people out there who have their own stories, as I know you do, that it's a really helpless feeling when you're watching someone go through cancer treatment or any form of treatment like that. And all you wish you could do is just help in any way. And I guess this is one of those ways that may seem small, but the more people do it, the bigger impact it will have. And that's all you can sort of ask when you've been affected by it in any way.
Yeah, I mean, mate, I was talking about with Scully before. We were young when obviously cancer touched your family, and you don't really get the understanding I didn't at that age as a mate of mine, but then obviously seeing what you've gone through with Jace, like going there, sitting down for an hour or two or however long it is to give blood, the effect that it has on families as a 7 or 8 year old or whenever you were dealing with it in your family, Bucks, you probably don't get, but when you go in there now, you go out, like the people in there are awesome, they're lovely, and you just walk out of there with a bit of a pip in your step, I think. It's bloody easy to do, and it does really, really help out.
Yeah, 100%. And I think when you've got that own sort of connection through it personally, like I'm going out there to hopefully not have another sort of 6-year-old kid go through what I had to go through, or like Scully with his brother, Jace, it's just sort of, you're going out there to prevent that from potentially having the same end result to them. So when you go into those places and you see it firsthand, which I sort of at that young age as we were, and I mean, your family was a massive part through that whole period. And I remember I was with you when I found out. It was just sort of a tough time, and you lean on the people around you. And so now we've got that perspective of what it actually looks like. You just want to do whatever you can possible to get out there and, help someone else's journey through treatment just somewhat easier, as I know it's not going to be anything easy, but you just want to be able to lend a hand in any way possible.
So, Jack, you lost your mother at a young age. You lost my brother last year to cancer, and it's an absolutely brutal disease. And what you're doing with the campaign Stand Up to Cancer while sitting down, what we're doing over this side with Long Live Jace Nelson, I would strongly encourage people to get down to their donation centres. They're all across Australia and donate blood. A couple of stats to roll out here. Currently more than 10,000 blood donations are needed every week to support over 1 million people living with and beyond cancer. This is expected to increase by 75% in the next 20 years. So it means they're going to need even more blood donors. People living with cancer are Australia's biggest users of donated blood, with 34% of all donated blood collected in Australia used to treat cancer and blood diseases. So it's a massive requirement. It's not an infinite resource. They can't produce it. They need people to donate blood to do it. So I would like, and we're going to have to take this offline and chat about it, Jack, but I think we can work together on this one. I think we can potentially join forces, both sides of the country, get people down there donating blood and get people, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're not signed up to Long Live Jace Nelson. It doesn't matter if you're doing the, stand up while sitting down to cancer. It doesn't really matter if you get down and donate blood. That's the main thing.
It's all going to the same place.
Correct. I think we got to join forces and do that. What do you reckon?
Absolutely, nothing would make me happier. And to do it with great people like yourselves who have their own stories is, it's amazing that, we're in a position that we're able to encourage other people out there to do the same. So whatever we can do as a collective, we'll do, and do it with a smile on our face and bring along as many people as possible.
Bloody great stuff. Now it's 9 p.m. over, so
get to bed.
We need to send him to bed. He's in game mode now, so I've got 2 more questions back on the footy stuff. Collingwood round 1. There's been a little bit of noise, and we're not looking to stitch you up with any quotes coming out. Or Jack Buckley says this, but are you looking forward to that big clash round 1? I mean, coming up against the Premiers, there's no bigger challenge.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't feel like I need to say anything at this point because a lot's getting said anyway. So from, as a backman, we like to stay out of the media. So I'm just looking forward to, just getting out there, and it's going to be an awesome stage. And I mean, it's such a privilege to be able to play at home round 1 against the reigning premiers. It's a sort of stage that we haven't gotten too often in the past. And it won't be lost on us how important it is to go out there round opening round 0, and show the world what we can bring this season. And we can't wait to get another crack at Collingwood and start off the season a bit better than we did last year.
Bloody great stuff, Jack. To finish it off, I'm sure you have been playing along at home, but
obviously,
we want a champion backman here on the podcast at all times.
Yep.
And we thought, one, let's sponsor Jack Buckley. Right, that was number one.
That was number one, yes.
And then we thought, why stop at Jack Buckley? I mean, we love Jack Buckley, and he's the inaugural winner of the BackChat Backman of the Year award. But we thought, why don't we sponsor a player from every club, a backman more specifically,
a dour defender from every
brilliant.
football club in the country.
So we've been going through all the clubs. The current sponsorships announced so far at Adelaide, Nick Murray; at Brisbane, Harris Andrews; at Carlton, Mitch McGovern; at Collingwood, Isaac Quainer; at Essendon, Nick Martin. Caveat, if I don't see him in the back line in the first 10 minutes of the first game they play, Mason Redmond will be coming in as the player. Heath Chapman, when he gets back from injury.
Brennan Cox beforehand.
No, Alex Pearce changed that.
Yeah, Alex Pearce beforehand.
Sam de Koning at the mighty Geelong Cats. Sam Collins at Gold Coast.
Yep.
And we are very happy to announce the GWS player, everybody, is Jack Buckley.
What an honour. I mean, I just couldn't be more chuffed, essentially. And just that combined with the BackChat Backman of the Years, you guys are too good to me.
There's actually,
I don't know how many, I don't know the heights he can reach. I don't know where it is. Maybe Premiership. So
probably.
Obviously, like we wanted to realistically sponsor him. He's already got a sponsor. Yep. GWS do player sponsors. Already got one.
Are we surprised? No.
Are we surprised? No. So we didn't really just want to say move aside. Whoever I don't know who your sponsor is. You can give him a shout out if you want. But
I don't know either.
Move
but
it to the side, and
this
then
group of players
are going to get hats. And
this
shirts.
group of players. I mean, all Australian. Yeah. Awesome. Great job, boys.
Yeah, well done.
BackChat sponsorship
team
defender.
of the year.
I mean, tell you what, Jack, it's
I
great
know
for
what
you
I play for.
Yeah, exactly right. Mate,
shit.
go to bed.
Yep.
Good luck round 0 if we don't speak to you. We'll be tuning you on from the BackChat studios. And thank you very much for joining us today, mate.
No, thanks, boys. Thanks for having me and helping me spread the word.
Very good. Get out and donate blood. Thanks very much, Jack. See you later,
what
mate.
A guy.
Jack Buckley. Can he get
any better?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, he can. They can win a premiership. What I was thinking of when he was talking about donating blood, obviously you've given him blood and you have to hold your arm out and squeeze the ball. Just practicing fist, like clasping the fist.
It's just making fist on and off again. It's built for backmen.
It's built for backmen, donating blood.
We do this with a smile on our face, and I know, Jack, we've spoken to him before this, that having a laugh is also important. This is an incredibly serious issue, and not only from the blood donation side of things, but given that it's around cancer, we always hope, and I certainly do anyway, that people that listen to this podcast know how close it is to me, and that the laughter isn't ever to make light of anything there. It's effectively a coping mechanism, I would think. If you don't laugh, you cry about this stuff.
Exactly right.
Hopefully everyone listening can get around that. Make sure you get down to the blood donation centres. If you want to, you can sign up to Team Long Live Jace Nelson, and you can join that big group. It's taking on some of the big corporates around Australia at the moment.
Yeah, nice.
Got a little something brewing for Hammer Breaks in that regard as well, Hamish.
Huge.
Okay? So we can get back to that.
Exactly
so there we go. Jack Buckley done and dusted. I think we should move right into the BackChat Defender sponsorships. We've announced the GWS side of things. No Dan Const to feed us these. So we can go live to the production side of it with Nick Westall. He's going to feed us some notes.
Wow, okay.
Hello, Nick. Welcome.
Hello, boys.
Well,
wow, yeah, very bright.
Halo.
A lot of white, isn't
like,
it?
Heaps of white.
Beyonce Halo should be playing.
I'm going to wear black next week. That's all right.
No, you look good.
Hawthorn? Straight into it?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go straight into it.
Yeah.
Hawthorn.
Okay. James Sicily.
Wow, captain. Which
we don't care if you're a captain.
If you're a Dow captain.
If you're a Dow captain, Alex Pearce, Harris Andrews.
Is James Sicily in
that?
No,
he's not a Dow captain.
No.
He's the opposite.
He's incredible.
He's a phenomenal player.
He's a phenomenal player. He's an intercept marker.
Yep.
He's a leader.
He's a 200 Supercoach points a game player.
He's the sort of guy that you want the ball in the hands with, and I don't think that's necessarily a part of the criteria. So it's a no for James Sicily.
You want Dower?
I want Dower.
I'll give you Dower.
And we lost a Dower player in Blanky. James Blake's 100%. Done his ACL. Were you about to give us James Blake?
No.
Because we can't sponsor him because he's done his ACL.
Sam Frost.
Frosty's Dower. Frosty is Dower as it gets.
I don't know if we need to get much further. You get the ball in his hands and you don't know what's happening. He's running as fast as possible.
Frosty
He's running, he's carrying, he's bullocking, he's
remember when he ripped Jack Petrocelli's shirt?
He's butchering it. He's chiseling a 30-metre absolute bullet.
Remember when he tore Jack Petrocelli's shirt in half?
That's right. He chased down Jack Petrocelli.
And grabbed his shirt and just went...
See you later.
I believe that belongs to Mr. Gilmore.
It's a big yes at the moment.
Yeah, Frosty's right in the hot
Just throw some names.
Look, I don't think we're going to beat that, but Blake Hardwick.
Great player, but no.
Jack Scrimshaw.
No.
Like him, but no.
And CJ, no.
CJ, love him.
Yeah.
But
I
not
really
Dower.
love him. Too good.
It can't be anyone but Frosty.
Sammy
Frosty the
Boycroft.
Snowman, you're in.
Very good.
Couldn't agree more. Let's go Melbourne. Stephen May.
Stephen May, again, just a terrific player. He's more dour than a lever, I think.
Yeah.
But they're both
They've
both got the qualities that maybe, I don't know, just don't look. Actually, tell you what, he's like, I think it was some sort of like suspension or at least outcry when he was out having beers with the boys.
Yeah,
I like that.
and then punched his own teammate though.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
probably not on the positive side of things.
Okay. He's in the maybe camp.
It's a maybe camp.
I like him.
Melbourne's a tough one. So we have Lever, as you mentioned.
Yeah, probably not dour enough.
Okay, Jake Lever.
Intercept doesn't play on anyone enough,
But
he does, doesn't he?
He's prone to not doing much with the footy when he gets it
Yeah.
in his hands. Look, can we take them on notice just for the second?
Sure.
This might be a sort of decision maker at the end.
So someone like a Trent Rivers has apparently moved into the midfield.
Well,
Yeah.
he's apparently out of the running.
Exactly.
He's doing
He
that.
also dashes with the ball, a very good user.
And Harrison Petty as well, former backman. But
Jeez,
I would have
he's timed down
loved
for-
Harrison
I mean,
Petty.
Harrison Petty's name all over this.
Yeah, Harrison
But
Petty.
are they
real-
keeping him forward?
he's a forward now.
So Ben Brown's still on the list. I mean, Dan would
at the
know.
moment, I think Harrison Petty he'd be my dour Melbourne defender. But again, like a caveat, if he doesn't play defending, if he's not playing as a defender, he can't obviously.
I mean, he's one of my favourite defenders. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what they were thinking putting
No,
him
neither
forward.
was I.
He ended up doing his hamstring playing forward. That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you get, Melbourne Football Club.
What do we got next?
Christian Salem,
Nah.
again.
Not dour
Paul
enough.
Hughes,
Paul Hughes, a very
silky,
classy,
silky,
silky
silky.
player.
Silky.
Here's one we could get behind. Young, Judd McVee.
Judd McVee is a fucking good player.
But he's too good. I think
Nah, he's just as hard as a cat's head.
really.
Yep, little knuckle.
We want to get it behind Juddy boy.
I like Knuckle McVee. I
Knuckles.
like him, Knuckle McVee, because he looks like Craig Scholl was his name. He used to play for
I know-
Geelong.
I know, and North Melbourne.
Yeah, and sorry,
that
Craig
was
Scholl
Brad.
played for North Melbourne. Brad Scholl.
Right.
He looks like Brad Wood's nickname Knuckle, and Judd looks exactly like him.
Have we found who we need to find?
Yeah,
Judd McVee. I think
Judd McVee.
This is his second year. Was his
Yeah,
first
he
year last
dominated his first year. Went really well.
year?
Or
Lock
he
him in.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit rogue, but I like it.
I like it a lot.
I think we got another one and done, North Melbourne.
Because we've done Gold Coast. We've done GWS.
Yeah.
So you've missed Gold. We haven't missed Gold Coast. Sorry. We've done GWS.
GWS
But I'm
is
saying
Jack.
I'll give you one name here. It'll be over.
Oh, right.
Griffin Logue.
Done. But he's going to play.
He's
His
done-
ACL.
yeah, he did his ACL. Actually, when does he come back? That's a great question.
He's coming back for his ACL.
Oh, that's right. All right.
You
So
know,
we're cooked now then, because the rest are
give us the other.
skillful
I want to hear who
ball
else is
users.
playing in the back line for North Melbourne.
exactly Luke McDonald.
He's dour.
Very.
He is very dour.
But he's become dour because I think, look, and I mean this with the greatest respect, Luke. Don't know him that well. Had a few beers with him one AFLPA night, probably a few too many beers. It was great fun. I mean this in the nicest possible way, only because I've been there. As you get older, you become more dour.
Yeah.
He was a intercept, high
full.
skill, but that's moving away from him now.
He's
and
gotten
that's a
dour.
good thing.
I have known the McDonald family, well, not very well. Used to go Port Fairy. They would have a holiday there. We would be there at the same time.
Oh.
Anyway,
Friends of the
friends of the family. They stopped. His wife, I think his mum's name is Terry. She stopped the tradition of firstborn McDonald's being called Donald McDonald. So I think his dad's name's Donald McDonald, and I think he's like the fifth in a row. Donald McDonald the fifth. Luke was the firstborn son, and she said no way.
That's landing me a little bit more towards Luke McDonald.
Yeah.
And
we call him
Donald.
Yeah.
And we don't refer to him as Luke ever
yeah.
again.
Okay.
Okay, he's
Yeah,
probably
okay.
moved above Griffin just because I'm worried about the
Griffin
injury.
might not play. Anyway, anyone else?
Yeah, okay. It gets tougher here. Eddie Ford.
40. Nah, he's not very dour. He's
What are you reckon? Holden.
I know. Anyway, nah,
Okay.
not 40.
Any
Not 40. Okay, let's
40's
just...
not a bad fella though.
Miller Bergman.
Never heard of him in
Yeah.
my whole life.
Birdman. The Birdman. The Bergman.
The Bergman.
This is
Miller.
Miles, isn't it?
Nah.
From Port Adelaide.
Nah, that's North. Miller Bergman, 3 games.
Sorry, Miller.
Miller, how do you spell it?
Miller.
As you would have
Miller
expected.
Bergman.
Yep.
I've never heard
No,
of
I
this
couldn't
name.
pick him
Is
from
he-
a lineup of one.
Is he brother of Miles? There's a Miles Bergman that plays for Port Adelaide.
No.
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
So it's a no from me.
It's a no from me as well. Anyone else? The Shees.
That's the only defenders I could think of for North.
You're not going for the
Their best
Shees.
one left.
I would really like.
Well, their best one's
I
Harry
would really
Shees.
like Griffin Logue.
Yeah, no, I
if
would
he
love
plays.
Griff.
Could this be a Heath Chapman type situation at Fremantle? Heath Chapman, Alex, it's exactly the same. We have the dour captain,
Yep.
and then once Griffin comes back,
So
we get around
Griffin
Griff.
will come back in the back end of the year, correct?
No, I think he did his ACL really early at North Melbourne.
I reckon we give Luke 4 games.
Right.
Sorry, we give Donald 4 games.
Yes, that's fair.
If Donald can get through 4 games and we like what we see, Donald gets to keep it. Otherwise, we bring Griff.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Last club, let's go. Port Adelaide.
Okay.
Some serious defenders. Aaliyah.
He is dour, isn't he? He's...
I like him a lot.
So do I. And
Spoils, little bit inconsistent by foot. Can take an amazing pack mark.
yeah, he can.
Has a smile on his face
All the time, which we love as a defender.
Like even when he's beaten, he's having a laugh.
Yep.
I like him a lot. It's
Yep.
a big like it a lot.
I think we've got some big ones coming down the pipe here, though.
Okay.
Dan McKenzie.
You say Dan Const. Just a little teaser. Could be speaking to someone live from the airport very shortly. Who'd you say?
Dan McKenzie.
Dan McKenzie. No, it's a no from me.
Yep.
It's a no
It's
from
a
me.
no from me.
Dan Houston, All-Australian.
Yeah,
last
so that's
year.
what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
Dan Houston.
Gets too much of the ball.
Too good a kick. To be kicking goals after the siren to win games, it
Gets too much.
disqualifies. It's an automated disqualification for sponsorship from BackChat. Correct.
Kane Farrell.
Like him. Sort of a tattoo type operator.
Yep.
Bit of a straight line runner. Big kick on him.
No.
Doesn't beat Aaliyah at this
Doesn't
stage.
beat Aaliyah.
Burton.
Ryan Burton.
Ryan Burton, that's it.
Does he just go with this like seal? Burton. Ryan Burton. Yeah, spends a bit too much time in the midfield for mine.
Yep.
That's it. You got to choose from them.
Do you want to put Trent McKenzie in
Yeah,
there?
I was waiting for the cannon leg.
That's who I thought Dan McKenzie was. I said Dan McKenzie.
So it's
Yeah,
Trent
we
McKenzie.
heard
It's
you say
Trent.
Dan.
It's
His
Trent.
name's Trent.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was
It's
going to say,
Trent.
who the fuck is Dan McKenzie?
That's why I just said it's a no from me.
Yeah,
I was waiting for
I was waiting for the
Dan's
cannon
brother
leg.
Trent. Trent Cannon. Like, he is... Look, this is what I like
I
about the Cannon.
fucking love the cannon leg.
He has turned himself into
Yeah.
a dour operator. And he's come from the
clouds.
loosest... Yeah, he's come from the loosest cannon,
Yeah.
wing half-forward role
At the Suns.
to a flat-out full-back.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a better person to sponsor the
video.
AFL.
There's a video, and it'll be somewhere online when he was at the Suns. He got the nickname the cannon leg because he could kick the ball a long way. Went out with the Gold Coast media guy, just him and the media guy and a camera at Metricon. And he was just like, kicked a goal from 50, like took a couple of steps, kicked it. They walked him back to 60. He's like, oh yeah, I could probably kick that. Kicked it from 60, walked him back to 70. He goes, it's probably the end of my range. Kicked it. It was like, that was the video. It was fucking hilarious.
That's exceptional stuff.
I think the cannon leg.
One more Dow defender.
Okay.
Not in AFL ranks. Fistball type operator.
Oh.
Wow. Talk to me.
D-Const.
D-Const.
Const. Australian. Daniel Const. Western Fister.
Oh! He
Look
joined
at
us
the
on the
fresh
program right
fade.
now. I hope that's an Australian T-shirt you have on there. You're driving a van? Wow.
Is that the
Wombats.
official Australian merch, the Wombats?
The Wombats.
And it was the
Can you hear
hardest
me?
thing I had.
Hello, we can hear you.
You probably shouldn't be driving.
Oh, we've lost him again. Give us
You
a
got me?
listen.
Yeah,
There
I've
we
got you.
There we go. I'm driving a van. I'm trying to reverse out of the tiniest spot. It's like an Austin Powers, that scene from Austin Powers.
What are you rushing?
Well,
What
he
are
does,
you rushing to get home for
nightclubs.
dinner or?
Mate, I just got off the airport, out of the airport, and I'm driving home for dinner because I'm starving. It's 5 hours ahead for me. I've lost my voice. I'm sunburnt. My feet, my legs, my arms are sore. I don't know how people do this on a regular basis.
How many
but I'm
times have you just reversed out of this car park?
I'm out. I did it.
All right, so just keep
I
your
just got
eyes.
out of there.
Just
Yeah, keep your eyes on the road. You don't need to look
please,
at us.
All right.
First
I'm
things
looking
first,
forward.
Dan. This chair is pretty comfy, mate. I like the way you operate over here.
Eyes on the road,
Comfortable
please.
chair.
You don't need to look at us. Just eyes on the road, thanks.
Howard told me about the chair. No, the chair is very good. Thank you for keeping it warm. Appreciate you guys doing everything that you're doing while I was able to go away and represent you guys, especially.
Right.
Had you guys front of mind the entire time. But I'm looking forward to getting back to the studio.
Can you give us a bit of a rundown on how the weekend
Yeah.
went, mate? It sounds like it was a big one.
Yeah.
It was a big weekend fistball. We lost 3-0 to the Kiwis, which is very flattening. The Kiwis are on another level to us Aussies in fistball, and unfortunately we lost the Pavlova plate, as they call it.
Wow.
And but next time we're bringing them to us. They're coming to Australia for the next sort of Australia-New Zealand series. We plan to win it back from them. This is the best Australian team they've ever had, apparently. And so we're on a roll. We're building something big.
How did the boys go? How did you all play? Ryan Robson, Jackson Bowen, and yourself. How'd you go?
Jackson, phenomenal. I'm pretty sure he'll make. He cracked the starting lineup, which was huge. For an unknown guy from WA, just coming into an established sort of crew, cracking the starting five was huge. Me and Ryan were sort of backing up well-established players.
A little bit too much John Morley for mine. I had to watch.
He just drinks his own piss. He drinks his own piss.
He was good. I really like John Morley. Spent 4 days with him, and I'm a huge John Morley guy now. Couldn't speak more highly of John Morley. They brought me in, so when I originally got the call to play for Australia, they said, we love what you do on defense, and we need someone like you. So come on, play defense. The first training session I get there, they've only got one real setter, and so they were getting me to set for some of the attackers. And I was putting him on a dime. I couldn't have said it any better. Wow. And I think I almost stitched myself up because then they put me in as the second setter, which I don't belong. It'd be like throwing forward into the back line. They don't know what they're doing. Mm. So I had a rough first game, but then they chucked me in defense, and I think that's where I truly shone.
Sounds like the Fistball Federation of Australia had an absolute fucking howler, if you ask me. You can't be putting Dan Const at centre. He's a defender. Yeah. That's why he's from BackChat. Look, that's disappointing to hear. Exactly. Disappointing it was 3-0 as well. It sounds like you've had an absolutely, epic
It does sound
weekend.
like you've had a barnstormer. So in terms of the fisting journey from here, where are we sitting? Where are we at? I'm wearing my Western Fisters shorts. I'm heavily invested in the Wombats. And I want to know what's next for Australian fisting and for Dan Const.
And fisting in general.
We'll be having the national tournament at the end of this year, and there's a lot of talk that it will be in Perth.
Right.
I was like, like when the Premier goes to the Olympics, or I don't know if that happens, and they're like, they're really pushing for their own state. That was me over there. So I'm pretty sure we're 65, 70% there for getting the national tournament here in Perth this year at the end of the year.
Well, it's about
We'll back that into another New Zealand series, which will be in Australia again. Probably not Perth; it's a bit far to come. But then, So look, I'm pretty sure that the spot's mine to lose. I can stay in the team as long as I keep training and keep up the boys. But there is one bit of good news for you.
Like the arrogance.
I've been talking with a chap who's I think he's the president of the International Fistball Association.
Okay.
Wow.
He's sending over a bunch of balls, gear, and is going to there's going to be an article about fistball in Western Australia on the website. So
calling all fisters.
Yeah, calling all fisters. Get your fists out.
BackChat's coming hard here for fistball in Perth.
All right, that's what I will finish this on, Dan. You missed a bell tower today, actually, Dan.
Oh, yeah, Dan, we went to the bell tower. Yeah, mate. Don't look at me. Keep your eyes on the road, but we were in the bell tower.
And Hamish is now wearing merch.
I'm wearing merch from the eyes on the road. Eyes on the road. We were in the bell tower.
We were in.
Bell tower tee?
No, we didn't. We were inside the bell tower.
Literally in the bell tower. There was a
I want
ghost
to finish on this. Fistball. We are planning on creating a social league. The consistency and dates and times we don't know. But if you are listening and you do want to get involved with Fistball, comment on YouTube. Send us something on Instagram. Send us an email, hello@backchatpodcast.com.au. We do want to have you involved with the league as it goes forward. Is that correct, Sir Const?
100%. It's going to be so good. And look, if I can make the Australian national team, so can you. Join our league. It's going to be good. I'm excited.
Very good. We'll let you get home safely. Well done.
Well done, Daniel Const. Drive safe.
Go sleep for 2 hours, 2 days, I should say. We are going to take a short break and hear from our friends at Fleet Network. Fleet Network, if you don't know already and you would like to know, it'll save you money, it'll help your budget, and you can get one of the cars that you want to get and drive around. I don't like cars. I just need somewhere to get from point A to point B. Fleet Network can do that for you while saving you money if you are employed by anybody.
Yep.
That is a qualification you need. You need to be an employee.
I'm one of those.
You could be an employer and it could help you, but employees, you go to Fleet Network, they sort your shit out, and then you get yourself a car, a brand new one.
Yeah, you novated yourself a lease and you're away.
You just give it over to Frank and the boys. They handle it with
Everything,
your employer.
Everything. There's
It's
apps.
great.
You put expenses through there. They pay you back your money. It's all inclusive. You pay one fee for the month. So I don't know. You get down there, you get yourself an Isuzu car that I've got. It's fucking great.
The D-Max.
Yeah, the D-Max, Isuzu D-Max. You go, all right, here's your Isuzu D-Max. They say, here's the amount of money you need to pay a month. That's all we heard from you. That's all she wrote. There's the money.
Drive away,
There's
no
the
more
car.
to pay. Shit,
Well,
yeah.
there's some to pay.
There's obviously more to pay. It's an ongoing lease. That's the whole point.
You know what though? Last week I got my
Drive away, no more to pay until next month. You have to pay again.
I got my car serviced, so
Idiot.
I'm not with Fleet Network right now, and I'm
Yes.
working
You idiot.
towards getting a fleet service.
Yes.
When I got my car service, I dropped it off, did all that stuff. The guy was showing me all these forms. I was like,
No,
how much
you
am I going
gotta
to
pay
pay?
this,
He's like,
you
do you want the
gotta
extra
pay
$45? The oil thing. I was like, man, I don't know anything about this. I should just be with
Just
Fleet
bundle it
Network.
all in one cost and give it to
Exactly.
me. But yeah, pay this. You got to pay this. How
So-
about you send some money here?
Lesson learned.
Idiot,
Lesson
Dan.
learned. I'm going to call Frank and the boys.
Fleetnetwork.com.au to choose your next vehicle and leave the rest to their dedicated team of experts. There we go, Dan Const. Exceptional stuff there. Australian representation.
Yeah,
Did well. Look, I would like Fistball to come to Perth.
I'd love it to come to Perth.
The
I
national
think we could
champs.
really get around it.
Yeah, correct. You never really got a chance to
Yeah, I was disappointed. I'd be fit.
put
I'd
your
be
best
healthy.
foot forward. Your
I only
fists
had
be
one
ready.
foot. I only had 1 foot at the time, so
That's
couldn't.
right.
So I'll
How
be
was that
putting-
feeling?
It's feeling really good now. Yeah, feeling great.
Bit of a Sandover medal update.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, I'm feeling good. I should be. Well, I will be fully fit and ready to go round one.
Talking footy, and look, I know you're a Sandover medalist now. You're potentially the only real footballer on this podcast now. Dan, of course, Fistball greatness. Me, used up and retired hack. I played a game of football on Saturday.
I did know this.
And I've brought along a couple of clips from the game for you to watch. So
Okay.
this is, of course, with the Happiness Co Foundation. Please don't play it first. I'm going to lead you into it. Just hang on 2 seconds.
Okay.
The Happiness Co Foundation.
Yep.
They put together a charity game, a Western Australian All-Star game. We had Fremantle versus West Coast, sort of. It was the Cowboys versus Pav's Army. Pavlich, captain of the Fremantle team. So Matt Pavlich played.
Yep.
Ryan Crowley, Tendai Mazungu.
Yep.
We had Grover, Anthony Grover.
Yep.
We had... who else was playing for? We had Nick Robertson playing.
Yeah, Robbo played.
So it was a bit of a
Did you have any
mash-up
words
there.
with him about
No,
broken back?
No, I gave him a shake of the hand. Didn't have a lot of words with him at all during the day though. Roger Jaiden played. It was
Yep.
some legends of the Fremantle
Yep.
Football Club. Paul Johnson played.
Yep.
John O'Griffin played, and on the Cowboys side, Alex Rance led that team.
Wow.
Flew over for it. David Zaharakis played on the other side. We had Matt Prittis, Michael Braun, Chad Fletcher, Sam
Embers
Butler, Andrew Embley, Quinton Lynch,
Q-stick. He's still playing, isn't
Mitch
he?
Brown, Eric McKenzie, Sherrod Wellingham.
Quinton Lynch is still playing Amos,
Correct.
isn't he?
and
Like
he's still
TA6,
good,
they're
and he's
just
still good.
dominating.
Lewis Jetta, very good play.
Yeah.
It was an outstanding play. So this one went
Righto.
down to the wire, and here's a little bit of footage to watch. This was Scully's probably close to play of the game. This is the second tab, but that's okay. Have a look at this one. Schofield! What do you think of that?
Tried to
Hamish
sit on. Is that
Brayshaw?
Tendai Mazungu there? And then he's giving you some
Can
too.
you go back and have
Yeah,
a
let's
look?
rewind the clock.
Keep going back. Go back to the start of that little bit, and I want to have another look at it.
Okay.
I wanna-
3 and 2 and I don't
Or you
know.
can play the first one as well
Um,
if you like.
That was big. You
Here we
set
go.
up early. Look
Let's
at
go
you.
from the back.
You've eyed it off from a mile away.
Oh, it would have been big.
2 hands in the back. Early doors.
It felt a lot bigger. It felt a lot bigger than it
Yeah.
actually looked.
I've never taken a specky. Ever.
I've taken a couple.
I've seen the one you took on Caleb Daniel.
Yeah, it was big.
It was massive.
And that
I've
was-
never, ever taken a hanger in my life.
You're not a jumper though.
Oh,
eh?
God, no. I stay very close to the ground, mate.
And I want to say this is my highlight of the game. If you show that first tab, if you have that at all, please, Jaiden. The first one that you had up. Yeah, this is it, I think. This is not looking very good. This might be it. Might be just a little bit out. Yeah, we're coming from a long way back, I think.
That's all right. Well, let's
So I'll
just roll
commentate
into
it.
it.
Michael Braun, hands across to Quinton Lynch.
Q-stick
gets
smothered off the boot. Someone's hard in
flicked
and
out,
under.
Someone wants to go in and under. There was a couple of unknowns.
Jet Boy gives that.
Michael Braun comes in, tries to chisel one
Oh, no.
straight to an opposition player, gets switched across the ground. I think this clip is wrong. I don't think you've got it at the right time. Play the first one you had open. 2 minutes, 33:50. We can come back to it. Don't worry about it.
I'd love to see it.
It's really good. It's really good. The All-Stars won. Scores were level with 2 minutes to go. And Julian Pace, who runs the charity that set this up, Happiness
I know,
Co,
Jules.
had a chance to cover himself in glory for Pav's Purple Army. Had a shot from 20 metres out to win. Snap. Missed it to level the scores. This is, I believe, one of the great goals you'll ever see, Hamish. So a bit of forward pressure here from Scully's team. Here's Pav and his team. As this comes off the screen, just watch Scully's action here. Little bit of a snap coming up for the Cowboys. Scully rivalry. From 1 centimetre on the goal line, Scully kicks the first goal of the match.
Yes.
I had 3 shots in the first quarter. Missed one, kicked that one. Another one didn't make the distance.
Yeah.
I was sizzling. I was playing in the ruck.
I kicked last year. I played a game against Subiaco
Yes,
and kicked 3 goals in the first quarter.
yes.
I had 3 goals and 12 touches at quarter
You
time.
thought you were going to have
And I
46
walked off
kicked
the ground
12.
and I was like, what is happening? The ball just bounces him up. I'm going to have 50 and kick 8.
Yes.
It was the best thing ever. Got tagged, had like 20, had maybe 10 for the rest of the game.
3 sound of it.
1 or maybe 2. The very next week against Perth, first quarter, I've started hot. I've kicked the first goal.
Good.
I've kicked the second goal. And the second one was like an intercept mark, played on, kicked it from 50. I was like, it's happening again. I'm resting full forward. I've had 8 and 2. Ball gets kicked deep, bounces up. I've taken it. There's someone there. I'm like, I'm running through this tackle. Got caught. Definitely holding the ball. Umpire, high. I've had a shot. I'm thinking I can't do it again. Missed it and then ran off. But I was like, the feeling of being 3 shots on goal in a quarter of football, you feel like God.
That's fine for you, who's a current player and a Sandover medalist. I'm well past my prime, and I was sizzling.
Yeah.
And I thought,
It's a good feeling.
yeah, it was good fun. It was great to be involved with. Big thanks to Happiness Foundation, Happiness Co, for putting it all together. And I'm looking forward to doing it again next year because it was very, very good. Let's keep moving now. Some stuff happened down at the West Coast Eagles before the practice game that they played in on the weekend. The inaugural, not inaugural, it's the yearly dress up. We started this in 2017.
2018?
Yeah, 2018 was the first
I
time,
reckon
maybe.
I was in there. I was there for the first time.
Pre-season game, dress up,
Yep.
do it before we get into the real stuff. You don't want to be doing this before, in
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
But this is a tradition.
Yeah.
This has happened multiple times.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
And the biggest highlight for me was
The girl.
The boy turns into the girl. Have we got some footage of this one?
Look at her.
He's gone full lipstick.
Kelsey and T-Swizzle, look at the fucking size of him.
Liam Duggan looks
Liam Duggan's hot.
hot as.
Like, that Farmer Wants a Wife, like, that is just fucking hot stuff.
So the boys dressed up. They do this every year, right? Look, I don't know at times, and I don't like getting. I don't know at times if Kane's just looking for trouble, but Kane Corns has come out and condemned this behaviour, specifically West Coast. He won 5 games in 2 years. Time to get serious.
Okay.
Stop stuffing around. I mean, have you got it?
Completely going to be on my own on this, Bucks.
Are you?
Yep, and I'm happy to be on an
Pull up
island
your socks then.
on my own, but pull up your socks to the West Coast Eagles, who turned up to their internal trial all wearing the most ridiculous outfits you have ever seen.
Internal
So
trial?
It's a take off of the NBA. It's a bit of fun.
He's
It's
laughing.
lighthearted. I get it, but there were players with overalls with nothing on
Captain.
underneath. There was
That's a
players
captain.
dressed as superheroes. There was suits with beanies. There were Hawaiian shirts. It was ridiculous. And for a club that has won 5 games in the last 2 years, I want a bit more professionalism and an attitude that speaks to that. It's not Mad Monday. It's the first day of your season, and we don't need you dressing up like superheroes and being photographed and plastered all over social media. Let's get
You've hogged
serious.
You've hogged it.
You can do one on the other side.
So they had a go at it. Mine's Mark Zuckerberg. If anyone,
All right, Kano's on the island.
To agree with Nathan Buckley, did you see Zuckerberg before the fight with
Volkanovski?
Did you see Zuckerberg?
Yeah, he was like in Volks.
It was
walked
like
out
a
with him.
robot, mate. It's like he didn't know whether to it was like there was someone controlling his body.
He's a weird dude.
He's a complete nerd, of course he is.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he
a
doesn't know what he's
strange
doing at the
dude.
UFC. He's not a martial artist.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. Yeah, he's
So
trying.
what?
Okay, so he's done
He'd
some
kick
PT
the shit
work.
out of you.
I'm sure he would. It doesn't. Being a nerd's not a bad thing. If you're a nerd, you're a nerd.
Yeah, but like he's
People
he
expect
knows
because
he's
he's rich and
martial arts
successful that he's not a nerd.
No, he is. A nerd.
He is a complete nerd. So just get off topic here. Sort of like Bucks was just towing us in there.
Yeah.
His behaviour was he was a
weird.
robot.
Yeah, he's weird. He's certainly not he's a
You're
strange
taking nerd
dude.
as a negative thing. Nerd's
no.
great.
I'm just
Nerds
saying,
make
like,
the world run.
He gets martial arts.
No, he has no idea what to do with his body.
Oh
Anyway,
no, that's I don't disagree with
we're
that.
speaking about Kane Corns. That's the first time I've seen that. Kane's laughing. And
Kane's
so's
on the
Bucks.
island. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Great. I loved it.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I think it's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was very
I think
good.
it's hilarious. You got to have fun sometimes because yes, they're shit. They've been shit for a few years now. Enjoy yourself while you can because the season won't be much fun.
Now, today, something special happened. The Shelter Footy Cast
Is
started
back
up. Hamish Brayshaw is not on that show. Mark Reddings, Will Schofield came at you with kind of a big look at the preseason just gone. But the Shelter Footy Cast, if you're not aware, a big WA focus, Fremantle on the West Coast, as well as having a look around the entire league. Dave Matthews, the CEO of GWS, and we didn't ask Jack Buckley about this because we thought didn't quite want to
Didn't want to get him. Didn't want to ruffle any feathers.
putting the boot into him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he answered it perfectly, Jack. He just stayed right out of it.
Yeah.
But Dave Matthews, on the other hand, the CEO of GWS, has said, we hate Collingwood almost as much as we hate the Swans. Skeeter and I broke this down over at the Shelter Footy Cast. We're going to have a look at that.
Now.
Right now. Seen last week, which I enjoyed this from Dave very much, the CEO. We hate Collingwood as much as we hate Sydney. I absolutely love that. He is a marketer as much as he is running that organisation. He wants people to know this is a rivalry and he wants to sell it out. He wants to sell out that stadium.
Yeah, he knows that in Sydney you can't just get by with niceties all the time and to try and compete against the NRL. Absolutely. I like that. And I'm sure that if he had a chat to Jeff Brown at Collingwood, say, look, mate, I'm going to wind this up a bit. You're cool with that? And I'm sure there'd be no issues. You know, when you say hate, it's a strong word, but in footy sense, it's something I like it. I mean, you have to be a promoter. And the good thing about the Giants, and the expectations are pretty high because they were the most exciting team to watch at the back end of last year alongside.
We're fully on the Giants this year.
Yeah, shit, yeah, we are.
Shit,
yeah, we are.
If you enjoy a bit more of an analytical and media-based look at things, Mark Reddings and myself, Will Schofield, break things down Monday and Thursday. Sometimes you appear, Hamish.
Every now and again, yep.
When we need your big take about, when you're covering my ass because I'm away doing something else.
Yeah, not so analytical, me.
No, but that's all right. That's you.
It's fine.
You just be you.
Yeah, I just talk.
You can find that over at the Shelter Footy Cast. It's on its own feed. If you have never heard about it, that's what that is. We're going to show a little bit of that most weeks here on the BackChat podcast. We're getting around GWS, especially round 0.
No question.
I'd love to go.
Where is it?
It's at Livestock Stadium. That's the Mason Cox calling him out, saying wants to do that. Dave Matthews saying Mason Cox may not get a Guernsey in round 0.
Yeah.
This is at GWS's home ground.
Shit.
Yeah.
We could go.
You reckon we could go?
Somehow.
You'll be playing.
Find a way.
Okay, very good.
I'll
Some
find a
big
way.
news, Hammer. Big news. Big news. The banner's back, baby. The West Coast Eagles banner is back. Haven't used a banner since Subiaco Oval in 2017.
Yep.
Nick Nananui, spoke out against ditching the banner after it was scrapped, stating in 2018 he was a traditionalist and always dreamed of running through it as a kid. This is from the club today. We see the banner as part of the culture and match day experience for fans, and having heard the views of many members, and here at BackChat, in the last few years, it's coming back, Don Pike says.
Good.
As I think the first major move he's made as CEO.
Get in there and just rip the joint to shreds. Get that eagle fucking out of here. It didn't blow up every now and again. It was just an eyesore. It was shit. And the banner's awesome.
The banner's going to be that good. I remember the first banner, the first eagle they bought. It was too small.
Yeah.
The eagle...
Just like deflated, and you guys were trapped in there.
No, they ordered the wrong size. And so instead of
literally
ordering
too
the
small.
extra large one, we went to run out and people were like, you could barely stand up in it. So we were like, if there's footage of the 2018 round 1 game against Sydney,
You're all just cramped in this little
players
eagle.
like come crawling out of the eagle. It was too small.
It's a cool idea in theory, and like the way that
Most things are.
the way the NFL teams
Most
do it or
things
the
are.
college teams do it, like running through the thing, like that's dope. I think they could like keep it and then there be a banner. I don't think there's like but get rid of the eagle. Have the banner, get rid of the eagle. It's perfect. It involves the members, it involves the cheer squad, it involves the fans. It's a much better spectacle than an eagle.
Just a little bit of
I think.
Just a little bit of audience feedback over the next couple coming up right now, fellas. Minding my own business in Leadville, and shout out to everyone who gives us a
Yeah.
hello, love
Hey.
BackChat.
Yep,
We
love
love that. Have a look at this young man against my car window. I have never, mate. I'm not kidding. I was just sitting there, maybe he's texting in the car stationary.
Is he saying he looks like you, or
Mate,
is he just?
I don't
saying,
know, but just bashing on my window, and he's holding a picture of me in his hand on a phone with the biggest smile up, and he stayed like that. I said, "Hang on, let me get a photo. Let me get a photo." He just stood there, thumbs up. And he's like,
Look
"Mate,
how bold you are there.
love the show, love the show."
Oh, that's fucking funny.
So shout out to the man in the red singlet
Yeah,
and leader,
shout out.
very good, and a shout out to Liv Cardlow. She has sent in
Okay.
a Tassie Salmon
Oh,
logo
Liv, this
submission.
was awesome.
Have a look.
That's
at
what I
this.
wanted. So I said on my description of what I thought the Tassie salmon should be.
AI.
Artificial intelligence generated pictures weren't great. To
The
put it,
guys had salmon fans,
to put it
mate.
mildly, it wasn't great. What I wanted
It was this.
was a salmon to be jumping out of the water over another salmon, taking a specky. And that's exactly what we're looking at here.
Liv
Cardlow, the Tassie salmons. Shit, yeah. Look
believe,
at that.
I believe how I think this has happened. And this is what I believe. Liv's partner listens to BackChat, and as all great partners do, as we
Yeah.
see one of those.
It looks like Igor Karkaroff in the fourth Harry Potter. I think I said this last week.
Look at his hands.
Look at
He's
his
got fish
fucking head.
hands.
Yeah, well, he's a salmon.
Liv's partner listens to BackChat, and as all good partners do when there's a podcast on in the car, you're forced to listen to it. You've been in those sort of
Yeah.
situations. Liv's heard the call out and thought, well, stuff it. Like,
Stuff it, I'm an
if I'm
artist.
going to have to listen to this crap, let me fix this up because this is what we
That
used
is a
to
debacle.
you had to deal with.
Yeah.
My favourite ever is the guy on the right-hand side with just a full salmon in his hand. Thank you very much, Liv, for
Yeah,
your
thank you, Liv.
contribution.
Look at that.
Now, let's move on to this beautiful part of the show, fines. We've said it's hanging by a
A
thread.
thread.
Do we want you to text in your fines? Maybe. Do we really like the good voicemail options of these? Yes,
Yeah, we do. We love it. And it's easy too. Just get on there and do it.
You want to send us a fine, jump onto backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. You click a button, you record it straight into your phone, and you send us a fine. This money is being tallied, and we will do something good with it at the end of it.
There you go.
I'm going to give some to charity. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Send us your fines. Let's go.
Scully, so this one's for you. $2. I've seen you jog for about 15 minutes, find your way into the goal square, and pull out the most fucking seagull goal I've ever seen. Shit from a backman. $2 for you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Love
Shit or good?
Love
I mean, that, you know,
That's a good goal for a backman to kick.
correct.
Shit goal for a forward, great goal for a backman.
What?
I also think, on the topic of fines, live fines are the best.
Like that.
Like
you can
he
hear
is
the
just-
whistles going.
He's there. He's at the game. He's had a gutful of you. He's probably had a gutful of piss, and he's just like, you know what?
I'd love to hear some like at Eagles games.
Yeah, it'd be great.
You know, finding like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Elliot Yeo for dumping an 18-year-old player into
Yeah.
the ground and doing his syndesmosis. That'd be a great fine to give up if you
Yeah.
want to give one, for instance.
Okay, mate. It's a charity match, Scully. It's another $2. Just seen you try and sit on someone's head and get
Same
not
bloke.
even 2 metres close to the footy. Try harder, mate. $2.
It's the
I'm
same
trying to
bloke.
give the people what they want.
Yeah. The people
Would you
want a
rather
spectacle.
just no excitement?
The people want a spectacle.
I've
They do.
broken my arm. Can we get it? Can you?
Have you actually?
Yeah. See how swollen that is. Look at that. Look at that
It's
elbow.
sort of like, oh wow, that's a big elbow. Yeah.
I've broken my arm. On that play, I landed on my elbow and I broke my arm.
Early in the piece too, and you played the game out.
Yeah.
Tough.
Need to get it done.
Tough.
Schofield, you need to be fined because you look like a sack of potatoes falling off the shelf. You
Couple
don't
of
take
bucks.
a specky.
Couple of bucks.
And I also got Tyson with me. He's recorded 2 messages. He's on to his 3rd now. Also, I got 32 likes on my TikTok comment. Errol Gordon for the Brownlow. Let's go.
Yes, very good. Nice little shout out. $2 fine for inaudible part of the last fine.
Yep.
The boys are on the beers.
Yeah,
the
they
setup
had a
at the
skin full of
can bar in Leaderville was outstanding.
First quarter wrap up of the
Toss
charity match going on at Leaderville Oval at the moment. All I've seen so far from Will Schofield is a lot of walking and a lot of puffing. He tried to take the hanger of the year and was about 2 metres far off the footy. So that's $1. I seen him handball a kick at goal, which missed. That's $1. I've also seen him seagull a goal. Literally fucking caught it on the line and kicked it through. Mate, let the bloke kick his goal. Leave him alone. That's $1. And then you tried to have a shot from 45 and you fucking sprayed it. So I think that's 5, mate. I think that's 5 in total. Thanks, boys. Be back for the second quarter of this charity match.
Do we get him
back?
No, I reckon he's headed straight to the can bar.
He's got pissed.
And he's got pissed. But I love that. Great finding, boys.
Love the fines. Live fines, my favourite.
Live fines are my favourite too. There you go. Fines done and dusted for a week. If you want to do with that, backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. Time for this. Do we have a little sting for this? No, it's okay. You send it. We hardly read it. You looked at me like you didn't know what we're doing. You don't have a run sheet in front of you. It's okay, Damon.
You send it. We read it. If it's good.
I think
there it is.
You send it. We read it.
Hello, esteemed panel of BackChat. So if you want to send something in and it's a good email, we will read it out. As far as I've seen with this email, it's quite good. We did get another one in just before. If you could have a look at it, please, Nicholas, while I read this one. Bit of length here, guys, so I will apologise in advance. And this is not part of the email. This is me speaking. I would like you to critique me on my reading ability, compare it to Dan Const.
Sure.
And if you think it's good, if you think it's bad, send in a fine. Let me know. Hello, esteemed panel of BackChat. And that guy who knows his way around a chicken McNugget. There you go. Thank you very much.
That's
and a refreshing Luke beverage.
Yep, that's me.
Anita beer here.
Okay.
Hello, Anita.
Anita, hello.
The West Australian reported that West Coast legend Nick Natanui walked into the office of new Chief Executive Officer Don Pike and demanded the club bring back the banner. With this recent announcement, I feel it is a non-negotiable that the next person to bash down Don Pike's door be Big William Scuzzer Schofield himself, pleading for the song to be changed back. We've got the banner done. We're now onto the song hammer.
Not happy with the Birds of Tokyo rendition.
Now listen to this. Listen to this. Every other club song in the AFL is up and raring by the 12-second mark. However, West Coast takes a dreary 17 seconds for the Birds of Tokyo to even start singing. In my opinion, and I'm sure it's shared, is that the Birds of Tokyo are a grouse band.
Yep.
Got to shout out the word grouse.
Yeah, I agree.
Are a grouse band. There's no doubt about that. But when the away team are warming up and they hear "Born is pride from isolation, our fortress built.
Yeah.
We cross the nation, our colors share the West Coast sky." So they think to themselves that, one, there's an easy 4 points to be had here. And two, the announcer has accidentally started playing a tourism commercial instead of the song. I want a song with history. When I think of the old "We're Flying High" West Coast Eagles song, I think of Dean Cox raising his fist to the sky in elation on the 30th September 2006. I think of Cousins, Kerr, Judd, Glass, Matera, Priddis, Lacroix being on the brink of getting rushed to hospital due to leather poisoning on Subiaco Oval.
Yep.
If you want West Coast losses to continue, then the current song is the choice for you. But if you want a bit of sting back in the song as they run through the banner, and your pants to become a size too small due to their stiff Johnson, then I propose a change back to the old song, which is blasted through speakers during West Coast success.
Wow.
Over and out, Tom Carrington.
Tommy Carrington.
Really good.
If you're going to send something in, Tommy,
That's how we rock.
that's how you fucking send it in.
I mean, that's
Oh,
outstanding.
That's brilliant.
I thought the singing of the song was quite good.
Yeah, I
in
thought we
tune,
nailed that.
And I think he's spot on. I think the opposition are thinking, we're going to beat these blokes.
Oh, I think so. There's a few things that I think.
Okay.
First and foremost, I know the club put a lot of work into getting Birds of Tokyo on board, and they were pretty happy when they did.
Yeah,
They were, they were pretty happy. It was like, hey, boys, like patting, heaps of patting on the back.
Because they did. Yeah, keep going.
Like heaps of patting on the back.
Well, because they did a thing with Kings of Leon back in 2000, right before 2006 for a fan drive. And I think they used the song Fans.
Yeah.
And it was right before Kings of Leon went on
Just
this
exploded.
run. So they would have paid F all to use a song, and then it went nuts. It was a genius. I think.
Yeah. I think
the Birds of Tokyo signing, here we go again.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts. Birds of Tokyo come in.
Yes.
Like we're sitting there as a playing group. Now, boys,
Yes.
they brought them in. Here's Bernie and Kenny. Oh, no, this is their real names. We're just best mates, calling them first names.
Oh, they came in.
Yeah, they came
I
in
wasn't
and they
there
were
when
talking to
came
us
in.
about this. And they played the behind the scenes footage. And it was like the dude from Birds of Tokyo, completely a cappella, just in the recording booth. We're flying high! And everyone just starts pissing themselves. And like our execs are up the front, like, how good's this? All the players walk out of there just wetting their pants about how shit it was.
Were you boys laughing to the Birds of Tokyo boys? Yeah.
No, not to that. Like, we were just laughing at the production of that, what it was. Listen to the
Did
song.
they think they would have? Yeah, so
we were listening to the song and we just like,
right.
Like, this is just horrendous. And it has completely lost the sting. Like, all the other songs have got little banjos in them and they're all just like proper songs. And this is like, they're just trying to be too cute.
Yes. And
I don't
do you
like
think
it.
we should change
I
it?
think it'd be, go back to it, I think. Yeah. God, yeah. Bring the banner back. Bring the old song back.
Did you lead, when we won your only game, did you lead the song?
No, I didn't. I led all the waffle songs. But no, I didn't lead the song in my game.
Okay.
I can't remember who did. I had Gatorade all in my face.
Okay.
My eyes were closed.
That is almost done and dusted. G'day, gents. Last one here from Timmy Boy. Was hoping for you boys to rank the best facilities in the AFL. My understanding is that Sydney and Collingwood is up there.
Yep.
Also, West Coast is somewhat new. Wondering if Hammer has any information about the Demons and the Dockers. We're not going to get into this right now.
Yeah.
But I think follow us across socials and we may get a little lick of this one as the season goes on. Hamish, it's time to go. We've been going on for too much.
I was going to do a you send it, reread it, but I had one of my own.
Great.
Is anyone across Charlotte the Stingray? This just popped up. This popped up the other day. Em sent me this. Latest update on the pregnant Stingray who shared an aquarium tank with sharks.
Please continue.
There's a Stingray in North Carolina who hasn't had a male Stingray in her tank for 8 years, shares an aquarium with sharks, and is pregnant with four baby pups. Hasn't shared a tank with a male Stingray in at least 8 years. She could deliver soon, but as of Sunday afternoon, she hadn't had her pups, but she did get some much-needed rest alongside a horseshoe crab in her tank after meeting all her fans. She's just got blown up on TikTok.
So what do they think has happened?
One of two things. It's a genetically mutated Stingray that can, like,
breed by itself,
which just doesn't happen. That has not happened in any noted Stingray in the world. Or
one of the sharks has got lucky.
Yeah.
And
you're not going to know.
And we're going to have some sort of.
You're going to either have a mutated shark Stingray baby.
We're going to have a shark Stingray
Have
baby.
you not seen that? It's fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Charlotte the Stingray.
We're going to keep you updated
on Charlotte the Stingray.
The year goes on. Next week, we will be twice a week BackChat, I believe. I think we're doing that next week.
Wow.
Monday and Friday shows, 4:30 p.m.
Wow.
Australian Western Standard Time.
We're going
not live on YouTube, but the following week we will be.
Yeah, nice.
We'll be going twice a week next week.
Wow.
So we're pushing things out. We're going to shuffle things around and we're going to get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've gone a little long today, but you're going to get double the action next week, twice a week. The next guest coming up this week, we speak to all-time games record holder Brett Roseberry on the podcast. Let's have a little listen to how he goes about his action on the podcast this week. Did I strike Clayton Oliver?
To be honest, it's probably more of a play on call. Like,
How do you umpire those sorts of games when you've got a pest like that?
yeah, run up to me, goes, "Come on, Brett, get up and about." He's tried to high five me as he's running past me, and I'm literally just.
There's not a lot of time to sort of sit there and go, gee, this is a good game.
Every umpire wants to do the grand final. Every umpire thinks they're good enough to do the grand final.
No bigger umpiring decision in my career than Dom Sheed from the boundary and you and the man in charge.
Wow.
Leave you hanging. We
Yeah.
got right into the Dom Sheed from the boundary clip.
Willie Rioli, was it a block? Was it not?
Was it a block?
It wasn't, and who cares?
Was it play on? We get Brett Roseberry, the man that made that decision on the podcast this week. If that sounds like it's something you're interested in, it gets released Wednesday right here on BackChat feed. You can listen to it if you listen to it right now. You can watch it over at YouTube, BackChat Studios on YouTube. A big thank you to Fleet Network for
novated yourself a lease.
Driving the podcast this year. Shelter Brewing Co, Mumba Digital, Whippersnapper Whisky for all of their big work behind the scenes. Sign up as a patron. We have a tipping competition this year.
Yeah, we do. We're tipping.
I think there's about 60 people in the league so far.
I need to get on there.
If you'd like to join the tipping competition, you need to be a patron. Sign up links are over at Patreon in the cage, which is, of course, our VIP area for listeners of this podcast. There is the back pocket, which will cost you $5 a month.
That's cheap.
Not even a coffee. Like, seriously, it's gone up. Like, price of coffee, I'm paying $6 for a strong latte at the moment. Half back will cost you $10 a month, and the full back will cost you $20. All sorts of gear over there especially for the fullbackers.
Oh, yeah.
Big giveaways given in that regard as well. VIP codes for Whippersnapper, for Mumba Digital, for Shelter Brewing Co.
Yep.
Fleet Network, have we got a discount code for you? No, we don't.
But still go down there and novated yourself a lease. Also, shout out the Bell Tower.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the Bell Tower.
Keep your eyes across our socials, across Hammer Break socials, which is Hammer Break.
At Hammer Breaks, yeah. Keep your eyes on that because we're in the Bell Tower.
Very good. It's been fun. BackChatStudios.com.au. Dan Const will be back next week, and Hamish and I
will also be here.
We'll be here too.